my name is Victoria Sweeney and I'm a recent graduate working as a sustainability advisor in the property sector. After graduating with a BA Geography degree in June, I knew I wanted to pursue a career in sustainability, but I wasn't really sure how. So I wanted to talk through today how I went about that and what work is like for me now. I work for a company with such a huge focus on sustainability. So my pathway into sustainability really began with my love for geography. Geography is an all-encompassing subject. It's political, economic, and social. You learn about the natural world and how humans interact with it, and that's something that really interested me. My studies then began to focus on sustainability, tailoring module choice to sustainable development, and there was a huge emphasis on the UN Sustainable Development Goals in my dissertation, which I wrote on the work of NGOs implementing the UN SDGs in Brazil to protect the Amazon rainforest. When I graduated in June, I then asked myself, how do I can make a career out of this? I was trawling through job sites, LinkedIn. I saw so many opportunities in sustainability, but I didn't really know which one was for me. Some required a background in maths for analysis. Some required a background in engineering or a master's. I didn't have any of that. And then along came Peel L&P. So as soon as I started researching the company in preparation for an interview, I knew I wanted to go for it. They were a company that had so much information publicly available on their websites about the actions they were taking. They had 7 high-level principles for sustainability. They were aligned to 5 of the UN SDGs. They had a 5-year business sustainability plan, annual reports, and individual business unit plans setting out targets which were all aligned to those core SDGs for the company. They were such a huge company, and I knew they could have such a huge impact and build environmental responsibility into everything they did. So the 5 UN SDGs that PLLP are aligned to is SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, SDG 11, sustainable cities and communities, SDG 12, responsible production and consumption, SDG 15, life on land, and the last one I wanted to leave was SDG 13, which we've recently introduced, and that's all about taking climate action in the midst of a climate crisis. So as soon as I saw that company was aligned to these targets and we're filtering it down to the business unit level, targeting in each of their developments, how can we make improvements across those sort of 3 pillars of sustainability? And I guess that's all about balancing the economy, community needs and the environment. So I knew I wanted to go for this job. I also know that the built environment is responsible for about 40% of the UK's carbon footprint. So I thought, wow, what an amazing impact a company of this size could have if they were really embedding sustainability. I knew that it could drive real change. And this is a company that's embedding sustainability across the business, so I really wanted to go for it. I actually recently had the pleasure in this job of working with the Sustainability Academy on the implementation of their SDG training into the business. I can tell that I work for a company who are actually invested in not only publicly making these commitments, but educating their own people on how important this topic is. And the Sustainability Academy have been key in providing that content for our employees. So working with a company who are implementing SDGs on a local level is something else that's so interesting in my day-to-day role. While I was studying geography, I looked at the SDGs on kind of a global scale, focusing on the developing world. And now I get to look at them on a local level. Based in the northwest of England, where I was born and where I live, I get to see the change on these sites happening on a local level and see how we can actually sort of feed into such a big global agenda, which is making real difference. And that's really interesting for me. So coming straight out of university, I applied for this job. And the interview process was a 2-part interview. And as soon as I got in there, the sustainability team, which is all female, made me feel so welcome. And I went through that process. And I honestly didn't think I was going to get it. I didn't think I had enough experience coming straight out of university. But if I could give anyone advice, it would be go for it. If you want to pursue sustainability, there's so many options out there for what you could do, whether it is the mathematical background, the engineering background, whether it's the geography background, whatever it might be. Sustainability is so all-encompassing. People think it's just about planting trees, but it goes so far beyond that. You've got the health and well-being aspect, you've got job roles, you've got apprenticeships, all of that comes into my job. And that's the great thing about it. We're collaborating across the whole business. No day is the same, every day is different, and that's really the most amazing part of working in sustainability. Simply put across, what I do in my day-to-day role is work across those 3 pillars which I previously mentioned, and it's all about that balance. I work in such a busy team, varied, challenging role, and if you're thinking in pursuing a career in sustainability, then the options really are endless. There's so much out there right now. Everyone I speak to in the business is, you're on the right track. This is a great place to be. So thank you for taking the time to listen to me today, and good luck.